Hi and welcome. Now, if you're anything like me and you play with solar panels to charge batteries, to run low voltage garden lighting, or pumps in your greenhouse, or lights in your greenhouse, or fans in your greenhouse, this is something for you to watch if you're going to be buying and selecting solar panels so that you don't get ripped off. Here you see two solar panels side by side, sitting at the same angle to the sun. The one on the right, the bigger one, is rated at 250 watts. 250 watts of power, whereas the one on the left, smaller, rated at 300 watts, so the sellers claim. Now, I've calculated the solar working area or surface area of the panels, and the one on the left is essentially half the size of the panel on the right, and yet it claims to output more power. Now, I've been guilty as much as anyone of purchasing these panels with a greater claim of power output and at a slightly lower price than the larger panel. Now, in life, often you get what you pay for, and I wanted to test this out to see what sort of output they give. I rigged up a very simple charge circuit with the charge controller to a lithium ion 300 amp hour battery, and over here you will see this one is rated at 250 watts. Lift that up for you. 250 watts, whereas this much smaller one is rated at 300 watts according to the seller and the manufacturer. Now, simple circuit, we're going to switch between the two and see what sort of current they deliver. So we're going to start here by switching over to the smaller panel, and you see the current will start to climb. This is a lithium ion battery. It has a battery management system which doesn't allow the current to be immediately dumped into the battery, but it will slowly climb and get to a maximum, and we'll have a look at that shortly. Now it's climbing 2.6. Let's get back. The charge controller gives us an idea of how much current as one of the options, but it does revert back to the voltage reading. But we're looking at about 2.9 amps. 2.9 amps, and now it's stabilized at 2.9 amps. Okay, I'm just going to switch over to the larger panel, and once again it takes a while for the battery management system to pass the current into the battery, but slowly you'll find that this will climb, and we'll just wait a moment for that. Now a few seconds has passed and we're up to 5.3 amps, 5.7 amps, 5.8 amps, and still climbing. We're getting close to 8 amps. Nearly triple the current output. It's stabilizing at about 7.8 to 7.9 amps. So what you can see is that the larger solar panel naturally is outputting more current and charging the battery faster than the smaller panel, and yet the smaller panel manufacturer and seller is claiming that it's rated at a higher power, so it should have been delivering more current. So what's the lesson? you get what you pay for. When you buy a solar panel, pay a little bit more, compare the solar panel size with other reputable sellers and see if the size of the panel is actually about the same for the amount of wattage that they claim to be outputting. Otherwise, you'll just simply be paying a little bit cheaper for a far inferior panel. Remember, that panel was outputting only about 2.9 amps, almost a third, a little over a third of the bigger panel, which was rated at a lesser power. Don't get fooled, don't get sucked in. Compare the panel sizes, pay a little bit more. That's it, and I'll see you next time.